Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to my Finals channel today on F124. So we are here at Texas for round 8 of the season in ANL for season 7. So as we see here is I made a mistake jumping the start. So we're doing a sprint race in the background in the wet, and it's a reverse championship grid because of the sprint race and all that. As comes towards turn 1, little bit of bargee through the turn 1, but there was nothing I can do there going off the circuit. Well, I have no choice. Got being pushed off by some people on the left side. Couldn't see it a little bit. I had seen some of it, but I hadn't seen what happened there. So moving on, not kind of the start I wanted in this sprint race. There is no quality for this round because of the sprint race, so there's no quality for this round. And coming towards this bit, little bit of tangle there by Ranger and Thomas there at at the exit of turn 11, turn 10 I meant to say, before turn 11 at the hairpin. Yeah, so not the start I wanted, so jumped the start, I got damage, and nearly hit by Nation there on the straight, so I was like, well, it's only a sprint race, so I thought it's not that what I'm worried about. Yeah, if I hadn't jumped the start, I would have been alright, and it's what it is. You make mistakes, like I did in the last round at Spa. If you haven't seen my Spa video yet, make sure you check that out if you haven't seen it yet, before you watch this one. So yeah, so I made a mistake, what I did in the rain in qualifying. So it's a bit similar to that, why I jumped the start. So not the the start I wanted, but I'm going to the pits now to not just because I got damage as well. So I decided to go on inters because it's going to be a little bit less rain later in the race. And I realised when I come into the pit lane to go onto inters and change my front wing right now, a little bit annoyed in the background because on my throttle I was kind of a little bit frustrated with myself from the start. And then I realised I still got a drive through, so I had to come round and do it again. So I decided to forget about the sprint race for now, and I thought I'll just retire from the race from the exit of turn 1. As I come towards the end of lap 8, nothing happened till that point, where I was battling with Mongo, or whatever his name is, in the Mercedes, on the last 2 laps of the race. So it's getting less wetter, so it looks like Inters is definitely the best time to go on, but luckily it's not a 50-cent race, so I would have been maybe outside the top 10 if this was a 50-cent race right now. But luckily it was a sprint race, so I thought I'd just have a nice battle with him in the last 2 laps for P18, I think. But since I got a 3-second penalty on track limits, kind of doesn't make a difference really on P18. So, and also the main race is it's going to be the same order as the sprint race as we finish. So I thought, okay, I'll just start at the back and see what happens. So starting P19 of the main race. So so I thought I'd have a nice battle with him on the last 2 laps, like I said. Inters were definitely getting better though, compared to the wets they're on. So I was definitely going quicker than the wet drivers. Well, some drivers in the wet, but luckily I was on the right tyre. And then this bit here, well, I thought doesn't make any difference anyway, so I thought I'd just name back through at this corner, name back through there, because I mean I'm going to be last place anyway, so I thought let's just have fun, a little bit of fun there, and see what happens. Yeah, so not the way I wanted in the sprint race, but it is a sprint weekend and it is a sprint round for this one, so there's no quali. I did a little bit of practice at Texas before I did the sprint race. Well, for this race. Not in the wet though, so because wet racing's not kind of my thing. So But I thought I'll just do it for fun and see what happens from there. Yeah, so Spa was a really good round in the last race, so I was quite pleased with that, with finishing P6 in that one in the race after having a 5-place grid penalty in quali. And as you can see there, didn't happen in the last end of the lap. I managed to get past him, and that's the results for the sprint race. And I was like P19 because I had a 3-second penalty, so it didn't make any difference. So let's move on from that. Forget about the sprint race. Let's move on to the main race now. And starting on the hard tyres compared to... They're all starting on mediums compared to other hard runners at the top, including the Haas driver as well ahead of me. So at the start, starting in last place, I thought I'd do a last question mark challenge for this one. See how I go from here. And then you got these two were tangled each other at turn 2, so that's another 2 places I gained. So could have got 3 there, but I had to back out to make sure I don't get damage, and also just playing it safe for now. Nearly a bit of tangled there, but luckily I had no damage for that. So through the middle sector now, through turn 9 and 10. Morgan just went off wide there, so not sure why. It's a bit weird, but luckily I managed to do a switchback on him with EOS, and no DOS till the end of that one. And decided to gain on the Haas driver, decided to go to the outside, started braking a bit later, and he went a bit too deep there, so I had to nip off slightly to give him the place back. And then he's gone a bit wide, and then I decided to go for the inside at this corner. And he's on the same tyres as me, so I'm just trying to get past him. And he nearly pushed me off here, but luckily I managed to hold on with no warnings. I managed to get past him here, just about. And I did get a warning for that, but I was a little bit on the inside. So because I had to try fight to get past him there. So I gained about 4 places on the first snap, so not too bad for myself, but I have no battery because of I have to use all of it just to get past them. And they're all trying to use it as well, just to try fend for position. I understand that, but if you're on different strategies, or if you're not that quick, there's no point fighting. You got Otus who's gone off to the Neff, another fast driver. Looks like he missed the last round at Spa, and looks like he's made a mistake or something, or did he got damaged by someone, or I'm not sure what happened there. He's on the same strategy as me, but he's not having he had a worse round than I have, so I thought my round was worse compared to Qatar, but luckily at the moment, the main race, anything could happen. And then got Morgan who's got DRS, so I go around the outside, and then I got pushed wide again by him, like it was in the sprint race. So I got a corner cut for that, but I didn't even cut the corner, I just got pushed wide by him. So, not sure why he did that. I mean, he is on mediums, of course, but now he's just held me up, so, because I'm not playing games here. And those guys are just think I'm playing, well, they're just playing games right now, so, not for some drivers, but some people are just fending for their lives, and then he's gone wide again at the last corner, so I got DOS from him. Not using my overtake button because I'm trying to save a little bit. Otis decided to retire from the race. What happened on that too? And then I decided to get past him at the turn 1. Managed to get back to P14 again on this nap, so that is fine. As we skip to a nap now, on the end of middle of nap 4, managed to call up to this train in front of me. So I managed to get out of DOS zone from the Mercedes driver behind me. So we've got a train right in front of me for kind of P8, I think. Right in front of me. So I've got DOS from this train. So I decided to save my EOS a little bit. So that's kind of handy if you're following someone. As come towards turn 12, we got Strocco and the Haas driver got tangled each other at that corner. So gain another 2 places there. So that's very nicely. So that's moving up to P12 now in this race by by coming towards the end of nap 3, the end of nap 4 I meant to say. So not doing too bad so far. Just saving my battery a bit through the stadium section and also using medium a little bit just to get into the DRS zone. Lucky I got DRS on this straight. That's very lucky. And I decided to save my battery a little bit on this straight so I can save a bit more. Well, in case I go for it at turn 12 or something, or even through the first sector maybe. I don't know, something like that. So yeah, so this is battle for like P9 right now, so I might be okay to get P9 in maybe in a couple laps time, so in a few laps time maybe. And then Royal's got he had a 3-second penalty for track limits, so I got only a warning so far on that bit. I think I got 2 warnings so far, because I got pushed wide, and then I got a warning at turn 19 on the first lap. So I'm not sure this is my last warning, but if it is, it's what it is, so I'm fine with that. So yeah, so I'm in a DRS zone. Just saying well, I mean, I'm using medium. Well, I was going to save it, but I got to save it a bit of none a bit earlier, so it's fine. I've been in none through this part of the stadium section, through 13 all the way up to turn 16 or 17, I can't remember what it's called. Just saving through here, and using medium on the exit through the long right-hander at the end of the lap, and then managed to get DRS on the next straight. So at least I'm in this train now. I've got a massive gap behind me, so at least I'm not in the mix with these guys, so that's good. Managed to get DRS on using a little bit of overtake there, just to get more speed, and saving a little bit through turn 1. And as come towards turn 1, now we've got a battle for P9, including we've got another verse driver who wants to join. His name's Chris F1, I think, with his name. So my apologies for getting my name wrong, but he decided to join in this race in P9. So, and he's a verse driver. So, and he's kind of my teammate for this round. So, and he's not doing too bad so far. And then Royal made a mistake there, so I had to decided to save a little bit through here. Well, I've got DRS anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I do a switchback on Royal, but he's got a good exit than I have, quite surprisingly. I managed to get DRS and using overtake on this guy because I saved a bit of battery there. And then Legend decided to get past Chris, W1 instead of F1. I've messed it up there. As come towards this bit, I managed to go for the inside, and then it was a little bit of an instant there, but I'm not sure why he did that. It is a bit confusing, but I wasn't angry about it. I mean, I was just a little bit annoyed because I thought there was an opportunity there, and then I thought I had a chance, and then I'd keep him. Well, I tried to go a bit more to the left just to get the turning, but I wasn't turning that much, so my apologies there. So I'm not angry about it, but I was annoyed because I thought there was an opportunity, then I went for it, and then I made a mistake there. So moving on to the end of that 7, we got Thomas, who made a mistake there through this part. So I managed to gain another place there. So this is like battle for P8 now, so not too bad. So I'm still in, well, I was P12, but now I'm stuck behind this train for about a lap because of what happened on lap 6 with me and Legends there. And Legends got damage, I saw on screen. I don't know how, I'm quite surprised he hasn't pitted yet because he got damage from lap 1, I think it was. And then he decided to go for the move, and then Chris W1 managed to do a switchback, and he's still back in P8. And now we've got this train for P8, so now I'm stuck behind these guys. I mean, I could have been behind. I would have been where Chris is by now if I got into a half spin, but lucky I got no damage for that. So yeah, through here I decided to save a bit of ERS through here. Got DRS anyway. And then as come towards turn 11, Thomas decided to go for it on the inside there. Not sure why. I mean, you lost a little bit of time there if you do that. Not sure why he did that, but sometimes people do that. So I'm kind of a little bit annoyed at that, but he's got DRS as well. He decided to go for it. He decided to take Royal as well at the same time. So he's kind of alongside him. Decided to go to the outside, and then, well, didn't work, so I managed to get P11 back. And then I'm back in P11 again, so this is kind of battle for... Well, this is still battle for P8 right now. And I decided to get Royal on the inside, here. Then I made a mistake here, going off track, so that got me a penalty. So, yeah, so that's a mistake there, but I was trying to get past him. But luckily I got past him at the last corner, so like that. And also I think Ranger's teammate just pitted, who got spun earlier, who tangled earlier with Motion God on the first lap. So he pitted way early for the hards, I think, so I was quite surprised. So, yeah, so maybe he decided doing the undercut or something, I don't know, something like that. So, yeah, so anyway, into P9, so kind of finally got past him again, but luckily I managed to get close to Legend in the DRS zone, so I decided to save a little bit. Well, I forgot to save it, but luckily I managed to get DRS on this straight. And then I decided to use a bit of overtake with DRS. And just using it a bit just to stay ahead from behind. So I'll come towards turn 12 right now. I was a bit too far back. And I decided to go for it. And I managed to get ahead of him this time. So at least I didn't get spun this time. So I managed to get ahead of Legend. And he decided to go for it at this corner. Not sure why. I mean, sometimes you do go for it at that corner. And then I managed to get the inside. Just trying to stay ahead. But luckily I managed to stay ahead. So on the right-hander after turn 19. So yeah, so I finally got... Wow, so I finally got past him. So now I've got to try to get past my reverse teammate for this race. So I decided to go for it at turn 1. And then Legend decided to go for it as well. So I had to give him the space. So I'm not sure what he's doing there. He's just trying to cost me time. And also, the mediums should be worn at this stage right now. So the hards should be better at this stage. Luckily, I decided to start on the hards because I want to... Because I know hards are definitely better than mediums. And also hards are definitely a decent tyre for the race. So that's why I didn't go for... That's why I didn't start on mediums, because I know what happened in Qatar. And I decided to save my EOS here, but he decided to go for it. And then he decided to push me off wide. So that's like 3-4 people pushed me wide now, including him as well. I don't know why some people think it was a good idea to push me off. If this was Demolition Derby, I would have been okay with that, but it's not, so I'm not sure why. And he's still got damage, so he hasn't pitted yet, so I'm quite surprised he hasn't pitted yet. I'm not sure why. If I had damage on the first snap, like I did in the sprint race, I would have pitted straight away. And it's a bit, sometimes annoying for myself, because I don't know how he's got damage, and I don't know how he's doing it, compared to me, because I have no damage. At the end of lap 10, he decided to come in the pits at last, not because he's got damage, but he decided to go on the hards, because he started on mediums of the race. So, it is annoying, but it's what it is. So I got DOS from, well, who just pitted, and then now I've got Thomas in front of me now, so let's see what I can do from there. And this is battle for this is battle for P6 now, so in front of me. Oh yeah, because Ranger pitted as well a few laps ago. He decided to go onto the hards, so he pitted way early for the hards. I'm not sure he might make it to the end, so I don't know. He might. I think he might. I think some people might be doing a 2-stop, so that's what I was thinking in the race right now. So on the end of onto the straight now with DRS. So I was trying to get past Thomas on this lap right here before turn 12, and then see what I can do on there. So the hards are definitely should be okay at this stage, but the mediums should be gone off at this stage. So surely the medium runners should be pitting soon. I'm surprised they're pitting so early as well. As come towards a lap later, we've got Ranger who's behind me, who just pitted for hards, fresh hards compared to mine. So I think he's on a 2-stop, but I'm not sure. But I think some people might be on the 2-stop. So, and then we got Thomas and the Red Bull driver who's pitted for the hards. So for some guys. And then FO, who pitted on hards as well, he pitted 2 laps ago. He went on to the hards as well, so he's on a different strategy compared to the hard runners. And I made a mistake here, got another warning, so that is my last warning, I think, because I saw a warning earlier in the video. Yeah, it feels like I'm going to get another penalty any second, but luckily from this bit, I managed to stay on track, so for that. As we skip for another 5 laps of the race, onto lap 18 now, nothing happened for the last 5 laps, apart from King James, who's right behind me, who's on fresh hards than mine. And some of the others were pitted earlier for the hards and mediums, I think. So I decided to let him go through because he's not in the not kind of a title fight, but like he's a bit much faster than me. So I thought, and also I'm on old hards compared to his, so decided to let him through. So because there's no point fighting, so I decided to let him through. So because he's on fresher harders than mine. So I'm coming towards the end of that 18 now. This is where I decided to pit in for mediums for the last 10 laps of the race. So I think I'm the last one to pit in, I think, if I get that correctly. So definitely the last person to pit in. So I decided to go in for the pits right now, make sure I get a penalty for over the limit. Luckily, I didn't do that. And I decided to go on to the mediums, because the softs won't last to the end anyway. So I decided to go on mediums for this one. And yeah, good pit stop this time, around. So, and I lost a few places. That puts me P13 by the end of, well, by turn 1. So still got some work to do, but luckily I'm on fresh tyres compared to the hard. So I'm definitely should be on the better tyre now. As you come towards the end of lap 19 right now, you've got Thomas on the left side who made a mistake there. So in a kind of a weird way, but luckily that's another 3 place gained. And now this is what now I'm showing you right now this is my fast lap of the race. So on lap 20 was my fast lap of the race, and I managed to caught up to Legend very quickly. So as long as I get into the DRS, I should be alright. Luckily, time I get to this bit here, I'm in the DRS zone. So I got DRS from, and also got DRS as well. So that kind of helped a little bit. So I decided to back out a little bit through here, just to make sure I got a nice exit here, using overtake and DRS, using the toe as well a little bit. And also I managed to get past Legend there on old hards. So I managed to get past him, and that's very nicely. Down towards turn 12, and that's another position gained. Into P11 right now. And then I've got 2 people in front of me. That is for P9. So I should get them in no time. And also should overtake them nicely as well. So around the long right-hander, using a bit of overtake just to get my speed up. Through turn 19 right now. Not bad at all. Come towards the last corner. I didn't get DOS on these guys, but I did get the fast up of the race, a 33.7. So that is fast up of the race. So I still got the extra point though. So at least I've got the extra point for now, with 8 laps to go. As come towards turn 1, Ranger decided to pit in for the soft tyres. So he's definitely on the 2-stop for him. So I'm guessing he's the only one doing a 2-stop in this race. So I was quite surprised for that, because I thought everyone's on the 2-stop compared to the others. I was quite surprised. But anyway, I think he's the only one on the 2-stop, so I think he's trying to get the fastest snap as well. So, because I just set the fastest lap of the race, because I just pitted for mediums. I'm doing a 1-stop, so, as usual. So I'm still doing a 1-stop, but he decided to do a 2-stop, so not sure why he wants a fast snap, but maybe he wants an extra point or something, and all that. Got DOS from these guys, so a bit too far back from Chris W1. Bit too far back there, so I have to save my EOS a little bit through here. As come towards this bit here, I decided to go for it at this corner. Managed to get, well, I got more grippier than the hard tyres, so that got me up into the top 10 now. So at least I got points for myself, and managed to get 1 point for me. But I'm catching Royal as well, so that's going to be another free price here with DRS. Still, very nicely. Using the overtake just to get past him, but luckily I managed to get past him. Trying to fend a little bit at turn 1, just in case he goes for it. Luckily, that's P9 for me for now. So as we skip at the end of the lap now, on lap 22, Ranger set the fast lap of the race by 3 tenths. So I was a little bit annoyed when he did that, because he could have gone to the end on those tyres if I was him. So it is what it is, but I could have got the extra point for this round, but it turns out he got the fast snap, so it's really annoying, but it's what it is. So as we skip to a lap and a half, well, it will be later on. Yeah, a lap and a half right now in this race. I managed to call up to Ranger, who set the fast lap of the race earlier, but he's struggling on the soft tyres compared to my mediums. Okay, mediums at this stage. And also, these two were fighting in the background, and then I thought, okay, I might have a chance for P7 here, if it goes really well. And then as I come towards lap 26, Ranger decided to slow down on purpose, because I was catching him up, and also these two are battering. And now he's lost DOS from his teammate. Not sure why, because he's on old, because his softs were worn at this stage. And then he's kind of a little bit struggling on the soft tyres now, compared to my mediums. Well, I managed to get DOS on him on this lap, so decided to send my EOS a little bit through here. Just taking my time through here. And then got the DOS on this guy. And using DRS, not using overtake, because I decided to save a little bit of DRS, and I was still gaining on the toe, not even using overtake. But luckily I got past him eventually. Not even doing that much, but luckily managed to get past Ranger on this lap, and 2.5 second gap from his teammate. So I'll try and catch him up a little bit. He's on the old hards route, so he's on old hards, so I should catch up a little bit nicely for him. And then through the end of the laps 26, very nicely. I mean, not too bad at all. And then at lap 27 right now, he's got DOS as well, so yeah, so me and Ranger having a nice battle in the last 2 laps. Last 3 laps of the race. I think it's the last 2 laps, I'm not sure, of the race. So, yeah, so me and Ranger decided to have a battle for P8. So, he's got 15 seconds of penalties, so, because of track limits and all that. So, I'm definitely P8 for sure, so, because of all this. So, I decided not to, let him go, see what happens. Have a fight. Let's have a nice battle at the end and see what happens at the end of the race. Still got DOS though from Ranger, so not can't just save my tyres a little bit and then for a tiny bit and then see how it goes from there. So I got DOS from Ranger, so I decided to go to a little bit offensive. So I decided not to go around the outside. And I thought I saved my battery a little bit through here. And I decided to back out and then save my battery a little bit through here. So after all that, if I didn't got held up at the beginning of the race, and also a little bit of weird moments, I could have been P7 maybe, if I'm not a little bit of time. But it is what it is. So could have been P7 in this race, but even without the 3-second penalty, I would have been maybe P7, just about, if I didn't have the 3-second penalty. But it's what it is. So I decided to go for it at turn 1. Decided to go for it. I mean, just enough to aim for the apex. So I gave him a bit of space on the outside. And then I decided to let him back through, just to make it fair for him. So I did give him space on the exit, but he just went off circuit. So when I tried to give him space, but it's what it is. And now he's got an 18-second penalty now. So I find it quite funny actually. I'm not sure how he got that, so maybe he was struggling on track limits compared to me. But I was fine with that. Well, I was still P8 anyway, so I mean that's the best I can do anyway. So I went from last to P8, so that's not too bad for myself. So I was kind of okay with it. So I managed to get nose at ERS, managed to get past him, and like that. So that's P8 for me. So yeah, so not too bad. Could have been P7 if I didn't have a penalty or got held up a little bit at the beginning, like I said earlier. But it's what it is. But I'm fine with that. So P8 is for this round. It's kind of average from the sprint race and myself. This one. So I'm okay with that. So at the end of the race, as I come towards through turn 19 and the last corner, Ranger has crashed at the last 2 corners of the race. So his tyres were gone off at this stage. So yeah, so he dropped down to P13 for that. So I'll take P8 on this occasion. Last to P8, it's not too bad. Kind of a last question mark challenge for this one. So because the leaders were impossible for me. So could have been P7 if I hadn't got held up, but I'm okay with it. So for now, but yeah, so that was round 8 at Texas for ANL in Season 7. So make sure you like, subscribe to your channel. They appreciate a lot. They give me support, all that. If you are new to your channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to your channel, they appreciate a lot as well. And I'll see you guys next video. See you guys next time on F124. Have a nice day. Enjoy your weekend. Have a nice week as well. Appreciate you all where you are around the world. I'll see you guys in the next round. That'll be round 9. That'll be the Joker round, like I said earlier in the season. I'm not sure what the Joker is, and I'm not sure what track it is, but I'll find out in a few weeks' time. So for that one, we've got a week break, so be another 2 weeks' time. Yeah, so have a nice day, enjoy your day, and see you there.